You don't need to just stand there. Come in, come in. Huh. I suppose you think you know everything. I suppose you know what today's show is all about, do you? Well, it's about friends. Knowing who they are, recognizing true friends, not frenemies. Yes, frenemies. A frenemy is someone who seems like a friend, but is really an enemy. I suppose you know who your friends are. I suppose you think I'm your friend. Well, yes. Well, I haven't time for you right now. I must work on my invention. You watch today's show. You'll find who your friends are, your real friends. Yes, now get going and be sure to look out, kids. Yes, yes, you don't.
Look out, a focused mind will show you the way. Look out, keep yourself strong each and every day. Drinking and drugs, we know are not the way. You got to stand up for yourself, that's why I have to say. Look out, I'm looking out. Look out, I'm looking out. Drinking and drugs, we know are not the way. You got to stand up for yourself, that's why I have to say. Look out.
Let go! No, I'm not finished. I said let go. You had it long enough. It's my turn. It is not.
I don't understand. Are you guys enemies? You're fighting over a balloon?
We're friends.
Friends? That's crazy. I thought friends got along.
Not always. Sometimes friends get angry with each other, but good friends don't stay mad. Nah, they work it out. Yeah.
Whoa! Well, I just don't understand. What is a friend? How can I tell?
I'm your friend.
You are?
Sure, you big ugly bug bat. Give me a piece of your candy and I'll really be your friend.
Hey, don't give her anything. Quit being mean to him.
Okay, I'm sorry already.
Gee, thanks for sticking up for me, you guys.
So there you have it. Real friends aren't mean or hurtful to each other. They are helpful. They support each other. They work things out. Yes. Now, I suppose you know what a friend looks like, how he dresses, huh? You probably think he looks like Dandy Dan. Dandy Dan indeed.
There was once a lion, Dan by name, who was, to use a term most fitting, a dandelion. His mane was golden and glistened in the sun. He made sure it did. His coat, splendid and rich, was covered with glittering stones and shimmering bits of glass. He shopped only at the best stores. Around his neck he wore a chain, a large gold one, of course. Each morning, as he pranced down the street, he held his head arrogantly high. The other animals felt quite shabby in his presence and envied his glitter and gold.
Someday, I shall have as much to be proud of as Dan. And so shall I.
And I.
Echoed the chorus of his admirers. That is, all but Gray Mall, the old tomcat who scurried about in the shadows of the ash cans and underneath the edges of the stoops of houses. Foolishness, hissed Gray Mall. Those dreams are as empty as the ash cans I explore.
And why do you say that?
Asked those who heard. Because your plan is to have those things, but you have no plan as to how you are going to get them.
But we have to have them,
came the reply.
For they will make us very important, and we will be admired among all animals. We shall ask Dan how he came upon his jewels and gold.
Don't bother, said Gray Mall. His plan is as false as the shiny glass on his coat and the gold on his chain.
You're jealous,
jeered the animals, and laughed at the tattered old cat who sniffed and continued to search for his supper. Presently, the animals came upon the lion.
Oh, please, they pleaded. Tell us how you got your jewels.
But Dan could not answer, for Dan had no words. He had never learned to talk.
You must show us how to get chains of gold.
But Dan did not understand, because he had never learned to listen.
Please, you must think of some way to help us.
But that was impossible, since Dan had never helped anyone but himself. And as to thinking, that was completely out of the question. Just then, a large hand grabbed the chain around the neck of Dan the Dandelion.
So there you are,
Snapped the booming voice of the keeper of the zoo.
You are unfit to wander freely among the others, for you have stolen bits of jewelry and must return with me to your cage.
As Dan was led away by the keeper of the zoo, the gold on the chain began to rub off, revealing that the chain was, indeed, no more than a collar used to tie him to his cage. The animals stood amazed. Gray Mall smiled wryly as he continued enjoying his dinner he had worked so hard to get.
You again? Huh. Well, I hope you learned something. Wait, what do I see? There's a stranger over at the lookout. Uh-oh. Look out, kid.
Hi, who are you?
Romano.
You shouldn't talk to him. He is a stranger.
Joe Romano, magician. I deal in illusions, and all things may not be as they seem.
Wow.
And your friend
Wow.
is right. You don't know who I am.
Hi, Joe. Girls, have you met Joe?
Hey, troll, what's happening?
Do you know him?
He's an old friend.
Listen, troll, you better slip the word to your little buddy here about talking to strangers. It's not a good idea.
But it's okay. You turned out to be a real good friend.
But it could have turned out the other way.
Some strangers are good, some aren't.
How can we tell?
We can.
So we shouldn't speak to any of them until we know more.
I've got a friend of mine I'd like you guys to meet, and she's real good at separating the good from the bad. Her name is Sue the Snake. She lives in this basket. Would you guys like to see her?
Yeah.
Okay. She does this neat magic trick. Let me get her out here. Whew. Okay, now Sue's not a real snake, but I like to think of her as one. And Sue's been working on this little magic trick. Now we're going to use a deck of cards. Now you two have both seen a deck of cards before, right? But these are not a normal deck of cards. What we've done with these cards is we've drawn pictures of different drugs on the cards, like cigarettes. Did you guys know that cigarettes was a drug? You did? Okay. And how about beer? Did you know beer and alcohol, that was a drug too? Now mixed in with these pictures of the cigarettes and the beer are prescription drugs. Now prescription drugs are drugs that the doctor gives your mom and dad to make them feel better. But if you take those drugs by mistake and you're not sick, it can make you very sick. They could even kill you. And mixed in with the prescription drugs are pictures of candy, like Good and Plenty and M&Ms. And the reason we have the candy mixed in with the drugs is because sometimes you little guys make the mistake of putting something in your mouth and you think it's candy, but it's really the drugs that your parents have at home. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make that mistake with Sue the Snake's help. Now, where's Janine? You're Janine, right? Now, Janine, all these cards are different, right? They're all different. I'd like you to take the cards, and I want you to cut the cards. Just lift up a bunch of them, okay? Good, just like that. And we're going to mark your cut with this card. We're going to mark it just like that. Now, Janine, the card that you cut to, I'll show it to you, and I'll show it to Carissa, and I'll show it to the troll. Okay, you got it? Now, you guys, I want you to memorize this card. Lock this card in your mind, okay? And I want you to tell me when you see this card again, all right? And Janine, with your help and with Sue the Snake's help, we're going to find the card. Here we go. Now, watch. We're going to take the cards, and we're going to put them in the basket, and we're going to take Sue the Snake, and we're going to put her in the basket. Now remember, do you remember what the card was?
Yeah.
Okay, watch, because Sue the Snake is gonna find your card. Here we go. Look, the top is opening, and Sue the Snake has a card in her mouth. How about that? And look, Janine, there's the card that you picked. How about that? What's the matter? That's not the card? No. You sure that wasn't the card? Oh, geez, I'm sorry, Troll. This has never happened before. You sure this wasn't the card, though, huh? This is a drug card. What card did you pick?
M&M.
You picked an M&M card? Oh boy, this has never happened before. Wait a minute. I think she's still looking for the card. Go ahead, Sue. Oh, wait a minute. Now, Janine, I want you to take your fingers and wiggle it. Wiggle it like I do. Go ahead and wiggle it over the basket. Look. She has another card in her mouth. And what kind of card is that? It looks like the M&M card. Was that your card? Was that it? Was that it, Troll? It was the M&M card. So you see, it's very easy. Thank you, Sue the Snake. It's very easy to make the mistake between drugs and candy. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to always ask an adult that you trust before you eat anything, just to make sure it's okay. And I want you to give Sue the Snake a big hand. Come on, give her a big hand for being such a good sport. All right, very good. She's going to come down and take her bow.
Lucky Frump, that's all I can say. They were lucky that he turned out to be a friend. Now I want you to look through the Orbital Occipital Observatory. There are some people I want you to meet. They listened to their frenemies, and now they are in jail. You need to hear what they have to say. Hello, come in. Can you tell us what a frenemy is?
Any person that comes up and asks you to do something negative is a frenemy. You know, and to me, your friends are the people who say, hey, you know, we have more valuable things to do with our time.
You could tell a frenemy, because a frenemy is a person that will come up to you and entice you to do every bad thing there is to do.
And now I am picking up a frenemy.
I'm your friend. Smoke dope.
He's no friend, but I want you to meet Mr. Saxton. He's in charge of the prison where Liz and Rayvon are inmates. Mr. Saxton, come in, please. Mr. Saxton, please tell the kids what they should do and how to stay away from serious trouble.
One of the first things that you've got to do is learn to think for yourself. There are so many youngsters, just like yourself, all over the nation, that always listen to what their peers say, and they do what is popular. Therefore, you see them stealing candy. Eventually, they get involved with drugs. They begin to do those kinds of things that later will just absolutely destroy their life.
Thank you, Mr. Saxton. Now I want you to meet some young friends of mine at Melwood Elementary School. I visited there recently. They're wonderful kids and told me a lot about friends. Real friends.
Why do you like your friends?
Because they're nice to me and they do lots of stuff, like when it's hot outside, my friend Kelly, she would bring me a popsicle and I would share my food with her if she wanted some.
Well, that's a pretty nice thing to do, is to share your popsicle like that.
You look nice.
Well, you look nice to me, too. You look like a real friendly young man. Now, let me ask you this.
What?
I would like to know what you could do in order to make me be your friend.
If I have a cupcake, I'll give half with you.
Why, that's very nice of you. That's sharing. Do your friends ever tell you something you don't want to hear?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Sometimes they talk too much and I don't want to listen.
What do you do then?
I just go inside.
You just walk away from it.
I said I have to do something.
Well, that's probably a very good idea. What do you do for people that's nice?
Well, I ask them if they want anything, and I'll help them with their work. And if they are lost somewhere, I'll help find them.
So being a good friend means helping other people out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you ever have any arguments or disagreements with any of your friends?
Sometimes.
Well, are they still your friends afterwards?
Yes.
Well, how do you work that out?
We forgive each other and we say we're sorry.
Well, it's important for friends to forgive each other and to be sorry, isn't it?
Yes.
A nice way of being friends is to say thank you and you're welcome. Well, thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
All right. So we're friends.
Yep.
I think so too. Shall we shake on it?
Yep. You're welcome.
Would you give me a hug? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those young people at Melwood are wonderful. They're my friends. I'm certain they would never let me down. Now, let's tune in on some friends in the adult world. What? Of course you can have friends who are adults. Here, I see Jeff Ballard of the Orioles. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten what it was to be a little kid. Jeff, come in. What was it like when you were a kid?
Well, I remember back when I was a little kid, I sure had a lot of fun playing sports. You know, I always played baseball and basketball and threw the football around, and you know, I had good friends and hung around with good people that, you know, that stayed out of trouble, and I just had a real good time when I was a little kid.
Thank you, Jeff. And now let's hear what some of my friends who are Redskins have to say about friends.
As you grow up, you're going to go through a lot of things, peer pressure. Everybody will find out what that's like when they get older. But being around the right people, the friends that are all helping you out to be good, listen to your parents to stay away from that. There are a lot of things now to tell you how to stay away from it.
I think you can learn to like yourself by doing what's right and just being kind to everyone and staying out of trouble. I think you'll see that people will like you a lot more if you are kind to everyone and respect other people.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, let's ask Jesse Jackson about who we can trust. Hello, Reverend Jackson? Yes, there he is.
Well, first of all, learn to trust your parents. And when you talk with people, you determine by their behavior if they're trustworthy. You first start off by, if you observe somebody who wants to smoke cigarettes, who wants to smoke drugs, know not to trust them.
Of course, of course. Anyone who would want you to use or sell drugs is no friend. Now we're going to set a frenemy trap. Let's see if you can tell the difference between a friend or a frenemy. Here are two people who want you to do something. You pick the friend.
I think self-satisfaction is the key. And it's very, very, very harmful to be with someone in peer pressure, to go along with a person who is into styles and fads.
Drugs are cool.
Did you choose Officer Brinkley as your real friend? Good for you. Remember, all things are not as they appear. Yeah. Yes, wait, what is this? Jason and the Oriole bird? Now what? Oh, it's that Evelina banging on the window again. Look out, kids!
Friends, where are all of my wonderful friends?
You're no friend of ours.
I have brought some gifts for you. Share them with me. It's the friendly thing to do.
What are the gifts?
A bottle filled with a liquid that will make us all feel free.
Alcohol.
And tiny pieces of happiness. When we smoke them, we will all feel so much friendlier.
Marijuana.
Come, can't we all be friends?
Friends? A real friend wouldn't try to hurt us.
Yeah, that stuff will pickle our brains. Forget you. You are a frenemy.
Get lost.
Get lost? How dare you? You can't get rid of me that easily. I'll be back when you least expect it, and I shall have you in my power.
Never. Get out of here.
Just for now.
Well, they seem to be learning something about who their friends are. What about you? Yeah, well, let's watch the Lookout Theater. Maybe you still don't know it all. Yes.
Hello, my name is Little Red Riding Hood. It's a stupid name, so all the kids at school call me Red. Mom told me to take this stuff over to Grandma's. Grandma has been sick. Mom told me to stick to the main sidewalk, but what does she know? Hello.
Why, hello.
What is your name?
Alvaro. And where are you headed, my little delicious one?
Grandma's. Want to come? You look real nice. Cool Air Jordans. So let's go.
Yeah, let's cut out of here. I like grandmothers too. Say, are you expected home or anything like that? Are you?
Yeah, Mom figures I'll be home in about an hour. But what does she know?
Yeah, right. What does she know? Trust me. Say, I got some little packages here I gotta get to some people. If you would help me get them delivered, there'll be some quick cash for you.
Great. Let me stop by Grandma's first.
No problem. There'll be some short work of her.
Grandma, it's me. I brought a friend. Who? Me, Little Red. I brought a friend.
No, who's the friend?
Guy I met. Nice fella. Can we come in?
Right then, come on in. Why, Grandma, what deliciously small ears you have for an old biddy.
Still good enough to hear you with, buddy.
And Grandma, what weak eyes you have, you shriveled up prune face.
Now, just a minute. Still good enough to see you with you bang race.
And Grandma, what weak arms and legs you have, you bent up old bag of chicken bones.
Now, hold on. That's my grandma you're talking to. You can't talk to her that way.
Still good enough to chase you out of here, you worthless, meanest, nose-eyed, beetle-faced furball. Get out of here.
Grandma, what a jerk. I thought he was my friend.
Friend? How do you know who that was?
Who was he?
None other than Alvaro Hal, the wicked wolf, who escaped from several other stories. You better be more careful recognizing who your real friends are. He could have got us thrown in jail. Alvaro here, the cool one. Trust me, boys and girls, if you follow me, I'll make sure that you get all the glittering gold you want.
Listen, you. My grandma set me straight about you. Don't pay any attention to him, everybody. Tried to get me to sell drugs, wanted to make Nana his dinner.
Who are you gonna listen to, her or me? Trust me, I'm your friend.
Friend? Huh, you frenemy. You seem like a friend, you're really an enemy. Listen, guys, make sure you know who your real friends are. Real friends will never make you do anything you know is wrong.
Hey, kid, you're killing my act.
Good.
Little Red was produced by real friends, the Lookout Kids, except no substitutes.
A real friend won't ask you to do something wrong or harmful.
Don't trust frenemies. They look like friends, but they're really enemies.
Don't talk to strangers.
Good friends work things out.
And now maybe you really do know something. Yes, well, we'll see. At any rate, we had better stop wasting time if we want to see the big Super Earth Ball Bowl. The fans are already filling the stands. I'm going to hurry so that I get a good seat.
this is Jason. Hello, Jason. Hello, Joey. Well, it looks like a real struggle for cooperation among friends today. It sure does, Jason. Let's go down to the field where the action is just starting. There's the whistle. Oh no, the ball doesn't seem to be going anywhere. That's because no one is cooperating. They need to work together. All right, the ball is moving. The red team is getting it together. The crowd is going wild. Hold on, a strange kid is running out onto the field. They're listening to him. They've been distracted. The yellow team has taken the advantage. Wait a minute! A fight has broken out. Two members of the yellow team are fighting. The red team has taken control. The crowd is going crazy. They are almost to the goal. Look at the teamwork together. They're over the line. The red team wins. What a show of teamwork. That's it, Earthball fans. The red team are the new Super Bowl champs.
Yes, and if you